Hey there everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm doing a new A-Kane video. He's doing Uncharted, and honestly, I was like, as soon as I heard that he did it Uncharted, I was like, oh no, like, because I'm a huge fan. I love the games. I beat all of them. I did not like 4 though. I liked 4, but it's definitely the one I played the least, and I've played the first 2 like so many times. It's crazy, especially 2. And but yeah, I've always been a fan of this whole series, and I kind of hope he does all of them, because don't get me wrong, I love the story. It's just I feel like the gameplay in the 4th one kind of meandered a little bit. But yeah, don't kill me in the comments. But anyway, not much to say. Kind of like just really excited to watch this video. So let's get into it, y'all. And remember, please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content. And subscribe if you think I deserve it. And remember, sign up for my Patreon for all my latest reactions to all my latest videos.
I'm so tired. I don't want to do this right now.
I know how you feel.
I know I said no more 1 month break. I don't want to do this right now. But ball, I must. I know I said no more 1 month breaks, but you see what's happening out here, bro. It's a feast, brother. But I got it today. Uncharted 1, then Infamous 1, then Resident Evil 4. Come on, we're on our way.
Know these feelings.
The Uncharted games is a series that I enjoy very much. I cannot trust a man that speaks ill on Uncharted 4. Oh, I could never. But if you've never played it before, it's like Tomb Raider. If Tomb Raider was more action, more character based. I'm not really familiar with Tomb Raider. They just look alike. These are games with big action sequences and things of that nature. Show footage of the plane crash. Yeah, that right there, I like that. Oh, I love it. It's nothing too complicated. Don't think too much. It's your standard cover-based shooting, cool characters doing cool things. What made these games so special was the pure fun they would give you. The mystery of what treasure was at the end, what it could be, and whatever the main theme of the game was at that time. You know, brotherhood, obsession. Are you really ready to risk you or your friends' lives over something that you believe you need over actually needing? And each game seemed to build on whatever the last one had going on for it in one way or another. It was just a good time. But there was one.
I always thought my job was to
wait. Oh my God, shut up.
The door. I was really good at it.
One that you say, let's say you bring it to the party, right? Laughing, hanging out, catch the vibe. However, you brought it to the party, and it kind of starts scaring the hoes.
With the first one?
Not overtly at first, but as the night goes on, the hoes, they fear for their lives. I don't know what this analogy is. It's the first game, it's this one, it sucks.
He's so tired.
But at the same time, it's confusing because it doesn't. How I feel about Uncharted 1 is so confusing because it's not a bad game, but in comparison to the games, I don't know how they got these from this. The villains are...
You know why? It's the damn gameplay. The damn gameplay is abysmal. Nathan Drake feels like he's so heavy, and like switching to your weapon is like the craziest damn thing in the world. And thank God the other 2 really fixed it. That's why, I mean, I played the Uncharted 1 like twice for, I don't know why, but yeah, both times were just horrible. Like the second time was even worse. I don't even know how I made it through the whole thing. I kind of just skipped the cutscenes and everything. So yeah, I know what he's talking about.
Lackluster. The location is cool, but you're in the same place for like the entire game. The main characters are great, but the game forces you to be in solitude for really, really long times. No contact with anybody. Yeah. It feels like forever. What makes Uncharted fun is the characters, the action, the mystery, the story, the places. Those things in the games that come after this are done so much better, to the point where I don't know why I play this game.
You know what? Honestly, I'll be truthful. I started off with 2. I only played 1 as a consolation and everything. And I know what he's talking about, but my true start was with 2. And honestly, you kind of can ignore the first game entirely and still be okay with the second one. I know, probably unpopular opinion, but if they made a movie out of it, the first one would probably be better.
the same time, if you've played the other games, you'll probably like this one too. I want to make a video about each game, and originally I was going to do 2, 3, 4, call it a day.
The story.
I want to show you this game so you can see the difference, and that's the best intro I've got today. So,
I'm here off the coast of Panama, where we just recovered what we believe to be the coffin of legendary explorer Sir Francis Drake, who was buried at sea over 400 years ago. Are you sure you want to be defiling your ancestors' remains like that?
You make it sound so dirty.
I'm gonna cut it right there. Grown man digging up his ancestor's grave talking about, well, you know how I get down. What are we doing? So this is Nathan, main character, right? We are him, he is us, together. We are the Uncharted. Over there is Elena. She's either with or leads a TV show. Something on the History Channel. Why else would she be out here grave robbing?
Maybe.
Up, right? She brought the ship, and Nathan knew exactly.
Could have been Discovery Channel too, back then.
Were to look for this coffin, but it's not really a coffin. This is no ordinary tomb. Nathan opens it up and finds a diary that belonged to his ancestor Sir Francis Drake, which Elena questions because that man has no record of fathering any children. But what I'm more confused about is how that diary is bone dry. That thing has been
right
for centuries.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
They're trying to pull a fast one on me. I'm not feeling it. But Elena is like, yes, Nathan, we did this. You and me, we. What the hell is she talking about? And I don't let her look at the book because their deal was only for a coffin. He's scamming her, obviously, because why would she come out here for a coffin covered in barnacles? So they start arguing. However, Nathan spots some ships coming in our direction, so he meanders to his radio, and he's like, Sullivan, we're gonna need extraction. And now Elena is getting nervous. Remember, the hoes are afraid, and she's like, what's happening? What's going on? And Nathan says, you know what I'm saying, number dang old pirates. Pirates, she exclaims. She thinks we should call the Coast Guard or whoever guards the ocean. Oh, where's Aquaman when you need him?
Yeah, right.
That they don't actually have the permits to be here and that we should probably handle this ourselves. And it's really just a mess. This is where Uncharted starts uncharting. Anyone who is versed in the Uncharted fandom is well aware of the difference between how the characters act in the gameplay versus the cutscenes. You know how games do the thing where you're this unstoppable force in the gameplay, but canonically the cutscenes, they struggle to get by. Uncharted might be the king of that. Nathan and his band of psychopaths are monsters out there, demons that await sacrifice. It's crazy. The gameplay will have you mow down hundreds of
seriously
the most elite shooter, the best hand-to-hand combatant, except that one time. But the second it is a different story. Elena, for example, she shoots, she drives, she slaughters in the gameplay.
Somehow.
In the story, this is her reaction to getting a gun.
Do you know how to use one of these?
Yeah, it's like a camera. You point and shoot,
right? Kill everybody.
That's the caliber of character we're dealing with. But we end up slaughtering the pirates, no big deal. There's some training
no big
there,
deal.
You know, like the point, you shoot. There is a melee system, but I stay away from that. It's garbage. Hate it. I'm gonna go.
It is. It's totally fucking terrible. Oh, and you know what it also had? It had those freaking S-axis controller bullshit things where you had to control the. Oh my god. That was the biggest thing that I hated in the first game. I remember that now, where you have to like just fucking hold the control or like so Nathan can balance on a plank or something, and they did it so many times. It's like, why are you doing this to me? Again, I have no idea why I played this game twice.
Go in depth on the combat later though, because it is a really big deal. But eventually Sully appears and the pirates have met their fate and our boat is about to explode. So as you can imagine, we gotta go. But Elena is the original vlogger. She travels back for the camera. The hold that she's gonna have on this thing, despite the danger, is gonna be alarming. And they just barely make it off the ship before it discombobulates.
Well, if it isn't the beautiful and talented Elena Fisher.
Flattery will get you screen time.
Yeah, I'm more of a behind-the-scenes kind of guy. Victor Sullivan.
Absolute freak. When the baddies come around, we don't exist anymore. You know, that's how it is. That's the game. So Nathan shows Sully the diary, and he can't believe that they finally found it. But you're wondering, what are we searching for? What's up with the pirates, the diary, Elena and her show? We are seeking the ancient treasure of El Dorado. Gold, diamonds, riches, funds. And they've been following in Francis Drake's footsteps because he is the last person who was hot on the trail for that treasure. And this little diary is gonna point us in the right direction. Nathan's like, Sully, he faked his death. He's such a goat. I wish I could be him. Oh, he's my everything. I'm exaggerating it, but that's actually kind of how he is. See, for Nathan, this isn't just about getting the treasure. It's about the mystery, the thrill, the ride, the history. And that will get worse as the games go on. In this one, he's actually pretty tame about it. But Sully is like, hold on. I didn't explain Sully, did I? Basically, Nathan was an orphan and he raised him. And they go around the world hunting treasure and all that. That's really all you need to know for now. So Sully advises that Nate doesn't hype this up with the journalist right behind us. Speaking of, she turns around, hands the gun back and says, oh, wow, I can't wait to see what's in that diary. And they both look at each other like... We cut to the docks where Elena is outside on the phone, and Nathan is in there yapping Sully's ear off about Sir Francis Drake's voyage and his crew and the discoveries they made and this and that. And Sully's like, damn, bro, wrap it up. Like, where is the treasure? What is the point? What do we do?
Man only interested in the climax. Must be a real hit with the ladies.
Never had any complaints.
What?
You know what, really quick, let's dust off the counter. Let's bring back the counter. But what if instead of the choke counter, we called it the freaky?
All right.
Hopefully, this is the last we see of it. I have to keep breaking it out, brother.
No.
But Nathan shows a page in the book, and they both go, hell yeah, this is the good stuff. But I'm no archaeologist. You know, I don't know what I'm supposed to ascertain from this. It's a map, apparently, they say. But overall, Nathan has gotten everything he can from the diary. The only problem is that the final page is gone, but we have enough to go. He looks at Sully and says, this is it. We're in the big leagues.
Only, we got one little problem.
And Nate's like, Sully, we can bring her. She can handle herself. Like, did you see her in that swimsuit? I'm talking about dingo shockwaves.
Freaky.
But Sully doesn't want to tell her about the treasure because we need that
money.
If anybody else finds out about this treasure, it's going to be a race, and we must win. So how do we get rid of her, you ask me? Well, take your phone out your pocket and look at the screen, brother. It looks to me like she's not even on the boat.
Yeah, right?
A few moments later.
Somehow.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, kid. I'm not as young
As I used to be.
Yeah, you weren't too old for that little barmaid in Lima, were you?
Her lips doesn't even
that was
move.
different. Although I must admit, equally as strenuous.
While the game slows down, I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about my first real issue with this game, the location. For example, in the second game, you're in the snowy mountains, you're in temples, you're in cities. At one point, you're talking to the Tibetan monks that taught Batman to dodge Omega beams. They couldn't teach him how to save his parents, though. Crazy.
You leave!
He has an airport, a big place with ships that are all crashed.
Yeah.
It has the desert. Even though I hate it, it has it. And there's so much more.
I like the
Uncharted
desert.
1 takes place solely in the jungle and a few old military bases, which really limits the scope of what can be done. It's not all bad, you know, like
It's not.
You can climb things. There's rivers, there's really high places, there's caves.
Okay, no, I disagree. Like, the first game did a good job with the you know, the environments and everything, and it's honestly, you can view it as a starting off point, you know, holding back from their environments, and them not only that, learning from their mistakes, you know.
Variety in many aspects is what makes Uncharted fun, because the core of the gameplay is just pointing, shooting, climbing. That's all you get. You can't even crouch. They don't really switch the
Yeah, oh, that's right!
And the fourth game is the last game. And when you're only stuck in one place, right, it gets crazy. The story is kind of limited, the characters are kind of limited. All of the things that make these games special and stand out are so small here.
Yeah.
And the environment contributes to that. You see the same color scheme, the same assets, the same enemies, the same trees, the same rocks, the same everything all the time. Right now, we're in the jungle. It's hot, it's sticky, it's humid, but eventually we find a cave, and Sully turns into the damn leprechaun. Where's the gold? And Nathan says this place was cleaned out a long time ago, and Sully's not feeling that. He's not. He owes a lot of money to a lot of people. Bad people. Violent people. A couple of deals gone wrong, some parlays didn't hit. You know the vibes. We keep going through the cave, and I discover the death animations.
Yeah, oh
Careful,
god.
Nate, that's quite a drop.
Yeah, these damn... Seriously.
But there's some walking, some talking, some looking in the diary, and a crank. Grab the crank, brother. Just a lot of goofing around. Now we do hit the first puzzle of the game, and I gotta say, puzzles, hate them. But fortunately, the puzzles in Uncharted 1 are disgustingly easy. This one is just pushing some buttons in the right order, and it doesn't get that much more complicated after this.
Oh, man.
The temple must have been built around this.
Around what?
A statue. A gold statue.
A huge gold statue. And look here. These people, they're worshipping the damn thing. At least, I think they're people.
Of course. El Dorado. The Golden Man. Sully, it wasn't a city of gold. It was this. It was a golden idol.
Man, Can you imagine what that thing would be worth now?
So that's the treasure of El Dorado, a giant gold statue. And it seems that Drake and his crew were successful in taking it, and the trail has gone cold. It's a video game. We're gonna find it. What I want you to focus on is how the people depicted in these pictures are praying to the statue. Strange. Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 do this thing towards the end of the games. A shift. You know, we'll talk about it more when we actually...
Yeah, I know.
Somehow finds tracks.
I know what you mean.
I don't know, bro. We gotta get a game some way. So we follow it, and it's not long before we see a World War II submarine lodged in a waterfall. Nathan says, "Oh, it must have washed up here and got stuck
somehow, right?"
And I'm not sure about that, bro. Like, this must have been one hell of a flood. Just look at the angles, bro. Like, I'll let him have it. I'll let him have it. And naturally, Nathan wants to go check it out. He even hands Sully the book so it doesn't get wet, which is very strange because we've already swam before. He wasn't worried about it then. What happened now? And Sully isn't sure about this, but Nathan is already locked in, rubbing his hands together. The old man can't stop it. I swim, I climb, and land on the ship. I gotta do it. We get inside and it's dark. It's dirty. We see blood, and then we find a body. And this part is so funny. Nathan loots the body and finds a handful, let me repeat, a handful of real gold coins. Old ones too, historical. He takes one, looks at it, he's analyzing it, and he only keeps one that I don't think we ever see again. Sullivan just expressed that he has people all over the globe on his head for payment, and this man is gonna sit here and take one coin. This is a piece of the gold.
That's true.
Maybe it's plastic, maybe it's fake. So once again, I say with my chest, I'll let him have it. I'll let it slide, Batman, I will. But here's the thing, we're back. There is now a trail to the treasure. The German soldiers on this sub found some of the gold, so they must have found Drake and possibly the statue. We wade through the dirty water into the captain's quarters, where we find the captain. And bro isn't just dead, he's all scratched up. Strange. Because he should be bones, right? Like, this game takes place at least 50 years after World War II. How is there still flesh here? You know what? I'll let him have it. I'll let him have it again.
What a way to go.
Yeah, sounds terrible.
Check his wallet.
Yes, it is that bad for him. We loot the body and find, not gold, something better. The missing page from the diary. And it has a map and everything. The treasure is ours.
Looks like Drake and our German pals were after the same treasure. And I've got the map that's going to lead us right to it.
Nate, this better not be another wild goose chase. We've got to get something out of this trip
or what? Sully? You there?
That's very bad.
Yes, it is.
Hello. Oh my god.
Yeah.
3 villains in this game. They all suck. Terrible. We have Eddie, Navarro, Roman. I will say that Eddie, he comes up later. He has a better personality and some charisma. You know, I think they should have kept him as a sole villain and fleshed him out. But Navarro and Roman, these are 2 large bags of nothing. You know,
they couldn't have him go up against a brown person, could they?
Just some guys that provide fodder and get in our way. Navarro is Roman's yes man and the occasional gunslinger until the final act of the game. Yes, right, I'm gonna spoil it just a little bit because why not? You know, but Navarro is the real villain, kinda, and Roman just sorta dies. And when it comes down to the villains in Uncharted, I really can't give a damn. You know, but the other villains, they give me something. They're fun, they're funny, and they're a little bit more tied to the characters in the story and whatever treasure we're hunting. But you don't get any of that from these 2. They are here simply because if they weren't, we would find that treasure in about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Sully owes Roman a ton of money and he's come to collect in the form of that map we just found.
So, we're square?
For now. But just in case you need a reminder.
Hey, come on, leave him out of it.
Yeah, don't you guys usually just cut off a finger or something?
Jeez.
Too vulgar. No, I think this will hurt him a bit more.
Now, whoa. Come on, Roman. He's got nothing to do.
Sully!
This is all weird.
Sully!
What the hell? Somebody tripped the mine.
Stop him!
How are you taking all these bullets? Oh, well, okay.
It's the way the camera was set up. We're running away, right? Sully isn't dead. I'm not even gonna waste your time with that. But this is where the game is the worst. It's been jokes and counters so far, but it's time to lock in. After running a while, we finally escape and stumble across a familiar face.
Somehow.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're gonna take Sully and my masculinity. But she's really mad about being left on the docks and treasureless. And she tries to explain how she got here.
Oh, freaky.
They're forcing it so hard, they're gassing it. Nathan tells Elena that Sullivan is kinda dead, and we're next if we don't skedaddle on the double, brother. She brought a gun though, so we're not totally hopeless. And from there, all we have to do is do everything we just did, but in reverse. Except this time, we're fighting an army. We find a jeep that belonged to Elena, I think. Before we leave, Nathan warns her that these boys out here want this treasure bad. If you want to bow out, now's the time.
I can take care of myself.
I hate it when people say this in movies, TV shows, games, anything, because usually it means the direct opposite. I'm gonna hold Elena to that for the rest of the series.
Yeah, about that. Don't hold your breath. Spoilers.
Will we discover the ruins of a forgotten colony and a fortune in Spanish gold?
How is she filming it like
have
this?
Darker secrets in store for us.
That should keep him from changing the channel.
I'm changing the channel so fast. That was nothing. But suddenly we feel some turbulence. We are under fire from anti-air turrets, and they make contact with every vital part of the plane. We are going down. Look at this. Plummeting to our doom.
Squid Game.
Clips. She has the camera in his face and everything. While Nathan navigates the plane, Elena grabs the parachutes. He holds it steady while she prepares to jump. Camera in hand. You cannot forget the camera. He makes it to the door, prays to God, and gets the hell out of there. We make it off the plane just fine.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad! Hello, ladies and gents. I'm Captain Jack from HalloweenCostumes.com, and I'm a pirate from a generic Halloween store. Arg. My getup is extremely high quality.
Want a break from the ads?
So here we're going to talk about the combat and the vibe of the game, because this moment and everything we'll be doing here is the majority of the game.
Yeah.
Sucks. I'm going to start with the combat. So the combat in Uncharted 1 is kind of abominable. No snowman. It's mind-numbing. It's repetitive. There is too much going on for too long. I can't stand it. Now, don't get me wrong. The combat in Uncharted as a whole isn't that complicated. It's mostly just point, shoot, get behind cover. If the screen turns gray, you're gonna die. The combat is so bare bones that all the higher difficulties do is make it easier for the enemies to one-tap you, because what else are they gonna do? I do not recommend Uncharted 1 on the hardest difficulty.
No.
Because it is the way it handles fight.
That's what it was. That's what it was. I was trying to fully complete these damn games, and the second time I played it, I just gave up trying to complete it. I was like, fuck that, man. Because I played it on the normal difficulty, then I played it on hard mode, and I don't think I even finished it. Now, actually, yes, I did. Yeah, I made it all the way because I remember seeing the zombies. So, yeah. Oh, spoilers.
The enemies are non-stop. They are everywhere. They just pile on hordes and hordes of the same copy-paste pirates over and over. And there's variation to the enemies, of course. You know, they have automatic rifles, handguns, the occasional grenade launcher or rocket launcher. The grenade launcher specifically, they will just spam this. And just to put a little sauce on it, reload times are non-existent. They're just spamming rockets and grenades. It's the fact that you're alone, with Nathan fighting hordes of the same guys in silence. No interruptions until the level is over.
Like no
in the
music.
other Uncharted games, you are hardly ever left alone. You usually get a companion to run around with. Right now, Elena is gone, and the next 45 minutes of the game is just looking for her. But when you have somebody else, there's talking and cutscenes. And a meat shield. This small change of simply having someone there makes these really long stretches that fill up the game a lot more bearable.
Yeah.
The writing and the chemistry between the characters in Uncharted is really good too. So
that's not true, because there are definitely set pieces during the other games where Nathan is alone. Like, say, I don't know, the whole fight between, all the people in the plane in Uncharted 3, or, I don't know, when Nathan is in that train crash in Uncharted 2, and he has to spend all the time trying to find a dagger and basically shooting his way through the thing. Like, they do the whole beginning of the game without somebody, so that's fundamentally wrong.
Their actions feel real and add to the overall story and the themes of the game. The other thing that breaks up the monotony of the gameplay is the really big action scenes, like the plane or running away from the helicopter. Without the characters and the really bombastic action, it's so boring. Like all the damn time, bro. It really is.
But you saw that, right? You literally used that example, and Nathan is by himself. So, contradiction?
The majority of this game is just shooting. with nothing else happening. And even when they give you somebody, oh, they take them away real fast.
Yeah.
They can't wait to do it. But eventually we find that plane. From it, we get the map and see where Elena landed.
Whoa! Yeah, I remember that.
Bro ran into the most obvious trap and got his spinal cord liquidated. The rest
Forgot.
of the section is Nathan finding his way through this temple, fortress, something. We're in the catacombs, but we find our way back up into the top of the tower. And finally, we spot Elena. Guess what she's doing? Filming the foreign island with murderous pirates.
Oh my
and
God.
right below us are pirates who are actually getting ready to snipe her, but I get them first.
Crap.
Yeah, that was an oddly put together scene.
What?
Don't like that. But Nathan got knocked out, and we wake up in a cell.
I know I'm not a big-time treasure hunter like you, but I doubt you're gonna find El Dorado in there. How'd you get yourself in this mess?
Trying to rescue you, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet. Traditional sandstone, brick, and stucco, limestone mortar, huh?
How the hell?
How did you get to know so much about this?
My show, episode 4, Architects of a New World. Yep.
What?
It'll just take a tug to pull these bars out.
What? No,
What?
wait, are you sure?
While we wait for her to do that, Eddie shows up to interrogate us. Give me the treasure, he says. I really think Eddie should have been the main villain for this game, and not even villain, you know, maybe just the rival, because he actually exudes some personality.
Yeah.
He seems to want the treasure more than anything. The only reason he cares about us is because we have a way to the treasure, not because we need a villain. And I like that because the other villains are just, they're so basic. And given how the game goes towards the end, I believe we could have had a team up or some shift in their dynamic. I see potential here, but that doesn't happen. Those other guys, no, they're far more interesting. We need what they're selling. But Eddie is trying to get the location of the treasure from Nathan, and Nathan's like, no, I won't do it. And the interaction isn't that long because Elena rips the wall off.
Yeah.
Well, come on!
Yeah, he was totally out.
You're on the back of this truck with a turret, mowing these pirates down until we jump across.
Wait a minute.
You're on the back of this truck with a turret, mowing these pirates down until we jump across a bridge. We should be fine, but Elena doesn't see the edge and we kinda sorta almost fall off. Nathan immediately gets her off the wheel. One of the wheels is hanging off the cliff, leaving us stuck and giving Eddie and his boys time to reappear.
Hey, Eddie!
Did you really think you could escape from what?
Minus 500
Yes.
aura. So the map and the diary have been ruined, right? I mean, it would only be consistent. They're fine. Everybody and everything is fine. But now, we have Elena back, and you may be thinking, okay, this is where the game gets some of its sauce back. We can get wacky. We can be entertained for a while.
Nope. The fucking speedboat.
What I am about to show you next is without
abysmal.
a doubt one of the worst sections I have ever played in a video game ever.
I hate it.
Only, the jet ski.
Yeah.
Nathan and Elena finally catch a break, and to my surprise, Elena still has that camera off the cliff.
Sorry, obviously it's not a speedboat. It meant the jet ski. It's really late at night.
If camera still in hand is crazy. She shows Nathan the camera, and on it we see a boat. And Nathan starts tweaking. He wants to take Elena, get the boat, and leave this place. This is very different from how he is in the other games. Uncharted 3 Nathan would never. Like I'm talking about in the next games, he's gonna be risking his life way more, way worse than this. Nothing we've seen so far has been that bad. It gets way worse in the other games, and he's still gonna be like, oh, we gotta get that treasure. Oh, we gotta stop the bad guys. We gotta help Sam. Now they should be leaving because, brother, there's a legion of armed men with automatics, sniper rifles, grenade launchers, rockets. They should be going, but to my surprise, it is Elena who is here like, we gotta see you through. We gotta keep going. We gotta
Legit.
keep Nathan Sully didn't die for this, to give up and go back home with our tails between our legs. But
what happened with that Elena? You know, she stood, and then what happens? She's world famous for always telling Nathan, you're going to do another adventure, especially in Uncharted 4. Oh, I mean, I love her in Uncharted 4. Don't get me wrong. It's just, my God, she complains too much.
Nathan admits that he's done. He is afraid, and they're both gonna die, and that is totally reasonable. The man who raised him just got blasted in front of him. He's like Batman now. And since that, we've almost died multiple times. So Elena caves and says, "Stop it. We could just talk about it on the way there." The game is about to give Nathan a new reason to continue despite the danger, which kicks off the jet ski. Rather, let me throw a query your way. You're playing a video game or making one, whichever fits. You're not making one. Let's not kid ourselves. You hear that there's gonna be a moment with a jet ski and a grenade launcher. You, as a normal person hearing that combination, would think high speed, chases, you're hopping on waves, riding waves. You're thinking explosions, speed and explosions, high caliber. That is not what this is. Somehow, some way, the developers at Naughty Dog found a way to make a jet ski and grenade launcher boring and stressful. So basically, right, you get on the jet ski. What you have to do is navigate this area, make it to the end, hop off. However, the jet ski controls are kind of terrible. Then, the area isn't big. This is not a jet ski friendly place. There's tons of twists and turns, corners and the like. If you speed up for even half a second, you are going to crash into a wall. And the terrain is even smaller. Will you take into account—
oh my god, he's bringing it all back!
Jet ski control horribly. Not only is there almost no space to move around, but there are also these red barrels that if you dare even look at them. After that, you might as well be dead because there are pirates in the walls. They're constantly shooting at you, forcing you to move around. Oh, and brother, you best believe they have the high ground. And because the jet ski controls terribly, it makes getting behind cover extremely difficult. You're sitting there trying to fidget around with it, trying to turn and get into the right space. And they're just, ooh, they're blasting at you. They are.
I know,
you have to
so
play this
mad.
section so carefully all the time because the room for error is small, and the checkpoints kind of suck too. So if you die, prepare to lose all your little progress. Progress that will be hard to get back because you have to move carefully, because the room for error is so small, because the red barrels will boom, because they are hard to get around, because the controls for the jet ski are terrible. It made me fully realize why this game is looked at so negatively. Not this part, oh no. The second jet ski section. This one is even worse. It's really the same thing, except now you're driving up a waterfall. And you want to know what these psycho, hateful, demon developers do. The torment they scribble to the tethers of my soul. They put red barrels on the waterfall, meaning as you're scrambling to go up, you're pushing the engine to the max, trying to fight this wave. Get up there. They are sending red barrels down. You don't understand. You don't get it. It's not this is bad because you are in a constant state of needing to go fast, and the water is naturally pushing the red barrels in your direction. So that means if you fail to notice the barrels soon enough, you're done. And you don't get the grenade launcher back. They instead give you the smallest gun in the game, reducing all of your range. I do not understand how one could systematically concoct the worst possible scenario over and over into this ultimate storm of pure terror. Instead of doing the obviously fun thing of letting you drive around and blow things up, you instead get to move around very, very slowly and blow up barrels. Yeah, this section is just bad. This is the main reason why I don't replay this game.
Real well. There's many other reasons.
6-7.
Yeah, 6-7.
So we find the building that Francis
the hell was that?
Lived in, rented, I don't know. We find a list of everything they had here, and best believe, sure enough.
Wow. There you are.
Well.
That thing kind of gives me the creeps.
Yeah. It's supposed to.
Huh. That's the last entry.
That somebody special?
What?
What? Now you asking about the ring?
Yeah. I guess you could say that.
Huh. I had you pegged as more of a woman in every port kind of guy.
Don't I wish? No, this was Francis Drake's ring. I, kind of inherited it.
Sic Parvis Magna?
Greatness from small beginnings. It was his motto. Check out the date.
29th of January, 1596.
One day after he supposedly died.
Wait, what are these numbers right here?
Coordinates, right off the coast of Panama.
Oh, so that's how you found the coffin.
Yeah, that's right. See, Drake left this as a clue to pinpoint the exact burial site.
For someone clever enough to figure it out.
Yeah, nice try. But we're still going for that boat.
The flirter.
I'm afraid this is as close as we're getting to El Dorado.
So even with that, Nathan is still done, which leaves us at a point in the story. Nathan is done, he's over the treasure, so how? How will the story rectify this? How do we get Nathan back in the game? Well, We leave Elena for a while to get the boat. About 30 minutes goes by. We find the boat, we're about to appropriate it, but right before that, Elena reappears and she does the
out of
thing
nowhere
that happens in fictional stories, where the character says, "You need to see this," over and over instead of just saying the thing that's so important. She does this while the pirates are about to board the boat that we could really use. She turns on the camera and we see Sully rolling with the villains. A betrayal of sorts. Never, Nathan said calmly. Sullivan wouldn't do this to me. Does he know how much I've sacrificed? The talking, dumb as hell. But now Nathan wants to go get him because what the hell is this? And how is he not dead? And just like that, we're back. So they figured the group is headed to a monastery further in the jungle, so we go that way. Along the way, the universe has finally had enough of Elena and that damn camera. We're across the bridge, and Nathan is like, "Wow, this thing sure is unstable. We should watch our steps." Meanwhile, she hasn't heard a word of that.
I know, right? Oh my god. Yeah,
brother,
Superman.
You can't be diving for her like that. You gotta keep it nonchalant and have some tact. But he's telling her to put her other hand up so she can lift. But doing that would doom the camera. But there is no choice, like literally none. So she drops it, comes back up, and oddly, she really isn't that pressed about the camera. Right now, she's like... But after this, she like never mentions it again. It's almost like she wants to keep this treasure for herself. Brother, she might have to get gone. After that, it's more fighting, just plain fighting. No development with the plot, no interesting gameplay switch-ups except the jet ski. And you already know how I feel about that. I'm cutting out a lot of the game. For every topic I bring up, there's like an hour of this.
Like, seriously.
But when we do get deeper into the jungle, the enemies do switch from Eddie's pirates to Roman's elite mercenaries. There's a lot more snipers and things that'll one-tap you, but all you gotta do is find something to hide behind and shoot. On this next page, I've written a comparison between the combat in Uncharted 1 with Mafia and Gears of War. I wrote down a lot, it's a whole spiel, but I really don't think I need it. You get what the combat is in this game, right? It's very simple. I'm just gonna go down here and skip to the part where this game, moment to moment, isn't that fun. It's not that crazy. It is very bare bones, it's very average. What keeps me playing this game is Nathan, Elena, and Sully. They're fun. The game, like I said earlier, is really only that bad when you're on your own and it's dead quiet and you're just fighting waves of enemies. You know, I can't find any other meaningful positive to this game other than these three. If this game never spawned a series, I don't think people would have cared about it at all. If this game had to stand on its own, no 2, no 3, no 4, what would it be? But let's talk about something strange. After our 40th endless mob of the same 3 soldiers, Nathan and Elena come across something scary.
We left those clowns
There we go.
ages ago. Oh my god. That's disgusting. Oh, I wish I had my camera.
No, well, I thought you said you didn't mention it.
The Spanish booby-trapped the island to protect their gold?
That is not.
This wasn't made by the Spanish. Take a closer look at the spikes.
You have got to be kidding me.
This is from our plane.
Oh.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense, though. Why would someone set traps like this when their own men are crawling all over the island?
They wouldn't.
There we go.
Something's been here since a trap was sprung.
Something or someone? Do you think that...
Do you hear that?
Hear what?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I hear water.
We're being watched.
When you're walking around the jungle, you can see things in the shadows. If you can catch it, which I probably did, but I don't want to go through all the footage again because it's like, it's one moment in hours of gameplay. I can't find it, but we must proceed. I know I've been talking about the combat terribly, but towards the end of the game, there are actually some parts that are kind of getting to me. It's like going into certain rooms is a death sentence because there's 50 guys in the room waiting. In this area right here, the devs love it here. They use this like 3 times with all their little snipers and grenades. But after that, we finally find Sully.
Oh, man. She had a smile that'd melt your heart. Bro, I swear to God, she'd just as soon kill you as kiss you if she caught you stepping out. Just a wee bit of a thing. She couldn't have been much more than 4'11". They called her the spinner because she...
The guards spot us, we fight, we win. And now, Nathan is like, Sullivan, you don't understand. You're supposed to be dead, but we find you down here dividing up the treasure of the competition. What is the meaning of this? Deception. He also asked Sully why he told Roman about the El Dorado treasure. We could have gotten it and dipped. This man's excuse is that he didn't think the really sketchy guys would follow us.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
Then he says this.
Sully, we would have been headed home with the treasure by now if you had just for once kept your mouth shut.
And you might have thought of checking for a pulse before running off and leaving me for dead.
Oh man, he's so right. I should have checked his pulse during the one chance I had to escape the guys that want to kill me and take my treasure. But back to how did he survive? The diary took the bullet.
Once they realized I wasn't dead, I convinced Roman that they would never find the treasure without me. So I've been trying to mislead him ever since, waiting for you to show up.
Well, where are they now?
Well, they're chasing a little red herring I sent him on the other side of the monastery to get rid of him. Look, Drake had it all figured out. See, that's the symbol the Spanish used to mark their secret vaults. The treasure is hidden right here in this monastery. Find the symbol,
and we find the vault.
We have everything we need right here. All the clues to take us right to the treasure. We can do this, kid.
All right, you boys aren't gonna get all chummy and leave the girl behind again, are you?
Oh, we would never. We're all gonna split the treasure. The treasure is near. I can taste it. There is a puzzle we need to solve. We just move some stuff around. Why do I need to do this? I'm taking the treasure. I'm taking the boat. Leaving. From there, there's a hidden door that leads to a tunnel that leads to God knows where. And Nathan is gonna say right to my face that he wants to go alone. We get everybody back. There's dialogue. There's fun. There's energy. And he wants to bring us back to silence. And they agree to let him go because it'll be quote unquote smoother if it is just Nathan.
Be careful.
Come on. I always am.
And
see that?
Not funny.
That was funny.
I went into this.
That was funny.
It was going to be a section where we just check things out, you know, find some of the treasure maybe. However, hella guards appear in the crypt. We go up to the surface in the church. There's snipers. There's beams. There is a puzzle that uses a bell. My brother in Christ. I thought the entire point of us going on our own was to avoid making a scene that would alert the villains. We're down here going crazy. It is worse than it ever was. We keep going forward and end up underground, and we see this vent. Through the vent is the villains. All three of them in a room, yapping, talking about how all their soldiers have been coming up dead. Now, we have killed a lot of them, but it seems another force is doing crazier numbers than us, which leads Eddie to believe that this island is cursed and Nathan can't possibly be behind all of this. However, Roman, he's not convinced. He's not feeling it. He says,
nah.
If you're so afraid, you're free to leave. But Eddie isn't going for that because he was promised treasure. But Roman says, hey, you getting a piece of the treasure was under the stipulation that you captured Nathan and kept the island safe, and you have failed to do both.
Yeah.
So you might as well pack your bags and get out of here. Eddie then pulls a gun, says, no, you're gonna give me the treasure I'm owed. But Navarro, being Roman's top tier super duper glazer, already has his gun out like, don't threaten my master. Disgusting is what it is. So Eddie finally leaves, but not really. And that leaves Roman and Navarro there yapping. I don't care about none. Duper glazer already has his gun out like, don't threaten my master. Disgusting is what it is.
Yes.
So Eddie finally leaves, but not really.
It's always
and that leaves
disgusting.
Roman and Navarro there yapping. I don't care about none they speak, bro. You gotta understand. The only important thing that we hear is that Navarro found the vault that the treasure should be in, and now Nathan's like, damn. Calls up Sullivan and says the NPCs are sitting right on the treasure and I need a diversion of sorts. Sully agrees, so we make our way back to him. I guess they already made a distraction because Roman and Navarro are gone. So I turn some circles and another passage is revealed. We take a gander, and there's not much in there, except a trap that almost chops Sully up, leaving Nate and Elena in the catacombs. Sully is safe, he's just been written out of the story for now. The next area is a puzzle room, I think. I'm 90% sure that it is supposed to be a puzzle or a labyrinth of sorts, but aside from the janky traps, it's pretty easy to navigate. Some light, really. Learns you take. At the end, Eddie reappears with his gang because he left, but not really. He's a pirate. Pirates want treasure. There is treasure on this island. Do the math. Do the educations. So then he tries to kill us. And right here is where the game takes a dramatic shift in tone and atmosphere. See, we're running for our lives. And we find a ladder, but it's broken. So Nathan lifts Elena up so she can get up there and maybe deliver us some rope. And things start getting dangerous. It gets spooky. It gets spooky. Wacky.
Hello, boys. Easy, Eddie. Easy.
Yeah, here we go.
What's going on out there?
Didn't you see them?
The weird zombies.
Oh God, no!
Obvious guy who's gonna die is obvious.
We're dead. We're all dead.
There you go.
Eddie, get back here!
Drake, if we don't make it out of here, I just want you to know I hate your guts.
Yeah, likewise, pal. Now let's do this.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away.
So the island is filled with ghouls and goblins that have been eating the troops and setting traps. They're gonna be all over the place for not the rest of the game, but the majority of what we have left. And as you can see, they don't have weapons or anything like that. So the island is filled with ghouls and goblins that have been eating the troops and setting traps. They're gonna be all over the place for not the rest of the game, but the majority of what we have left. And as you can see, they don't have weapons or anything like that. They can't shoot, they can't do anything ranged. The counter, the trade, they can stab you up pretty easily. And most of the time they come in waves. Right now we have to fight them off for an extremely long time because
it's
Elena
annoying.
is goofing around with the rope. And to let you know that this is real, that they are playing no games, a sacrifice must be made. Eddie starts playing around at the edge, gets grabbed, and Nathan tries to help him, but it's too late. They bite him and drag him into the shadow realm. That is a shame. But even after that, I'm down here for a long time, shooting at him. No help, no backup, no nothing. Eventually, Elena throws a rope down and we climb up. The goblins climb up too and chase us through the halls of the crypt.
This is
I
crazy.
ended up killing all of them, so we kind of just run with nothing else going on. We find a door, go through it, lock it, and we're fine. For now. We're lost in enemy territory, but we're fine. The good news is that we just so happen to find a map with the exact location of the statue. The treasure. We need to get the power back on in this place so we can use the elevator, I guess. And then of course, we get this immaculate dialogue.
All right, let's go.
Nope. This one's all you, cowboy.
What do you mean?
Holy smokes, brother. Another solo mission. Thank you, Naughty Dog, for this absolute blessing. Elena supposedly cannot make the jump needed to access the lower part of this bunker. She claims this. She insists upon it. She does. She really does. So she's gonna stay here while we run down into the deep, dark basement by ourselves to turn on the power. Now, to the game's credit, this is the only part of the game where I don't mind being alone because it actually serves
scary.
a point. This section is actually kind of spooky. The entire game to this point has been you fighting basic soldiers, very grounded.
This was kind of like their prototype for The Last of Us, and it's my favorite part of the game. Yes, it's the best part with the gameplay, at least.
Realistic to a point, but now you're in this dark bunker with monsters jumping from the shadows. It's quiet, it's dark, it's sometimes loud. This is some real tension. It's not the scariest thing in the world, but it's something. And this is something that happens in the first 3 Uncharted games. 90% of the game is like Mission Impossible, and the last 10% is some insane sci-fi or psychological horror story where all of a sudden the world is in danger. And you might be thinking, the world, the planet, in danger over some treasure. How can that be?
Well,
while we're down here, we find out that the statue is actually kinda evil.
The gold of El Dorado bears a terrible curse. The Spaniards have unleashed hell, become as demons. My men have all been murdered, leaving the task to me alone. No ship will depart this island. I destroyed them all and drowned the cursed city. A thing of such great evil must never leave these shores. In my final hour, I commend my soul to God. May he have mercy on this unholy place.
It's weird.
Francis Drake.
To sum that up, Sir Francis Drake was looking for the treasure, finds it, and thinks him and his boys can finally sail off into the sunset. But the statue, it had other plans. It did.
Zombies.
Whenever you open up the statue, some gas comes out, and it turns people into these demons.
Whoa! Did Dead Space kind of rip off Uncharted? You know, a zombie plague is caused by a statue? Yeah, the marker's technically living, but it's still a statue.
So he's like, yeah, this thing is evil, and it must not be allowed to leave this island, or the entire world is going to be dying light. And we've effectively ruined his work by leading evil pirate guys here who want to take the statue for themselves. So now it's like, damn, I guess the real treasure is the salvation of humanity itself. After turning on the power, we can finally run back up top and warn Elena and Sully of the extreme danger we have found ourselves in. But wouldn't you know it, Elena has been captured by Roman and Navarro. They deliver a speech and dip. They said they never do. But now we have to fight our way out, and oh brother. What's happening is Roman and his guys are here, and so are the goblins. Your job is to run up this corridor, turn right, move through these crates, and run home free. On paper, it should be simple. If
But
it
it's
wasn't for
not.
the utter chaos that is happening here. The goblin things are spawning from the walls. They are infinite, and they're attacking the mercenaries. You would think, cool, run through them, let them fight this out. That would be the best option. But the problem is, whenever you get near anybody, they immediately divert their full attention to you. It's a small area too, so cover, hell no. The goblins don't have guns, so they will run you down. They don't dodge, they don't block, they beam. And the soldiers have guns. Guns at point blank range, highly effective. But none of this is that big of an issue. Like, okay, it's a cramped area, not much to hide behind or space to plan your next move. Run away. Just run. There is one variable that makes this fight more complicated than it needs to be. The sniper. That man over there makes all the difference. Because while you make your way through this area, you constantly have to keep your eye out for him because it is a sniper rifle. One bullet, you're out of here, brother. You're cooked. And you would think, okay, just shoot him. Run to him.
No.
Get him out the way.
Not easy. There you go.
Look at this long gap you have to cover. You will have to make your way through this space praying to God.
I remember this. This was terrifying here
That's
too.
not gonna happen. His aim is elite, and Nathan does not have that pep in his step. To get out of here. You will have to kill this sniper before he or anybody else can kill you. Once he is gone, you are free to leave. It's nothing. But with him there, it complicates everything. Look at my attempts.
Yeah.
There was even one time where I tried doing the most sensible thing of hanging and shooting, because you can climb on things, you can hang on things, and when you hang, you can get this really nice angle where you can shoot anybody you want to, but they'll have a really hard time getting you. But on these crates, Nathan will not hang. This goofball will instead climb all the way up, and then the animations have to play, so it's just a while before I can aim. And because the sniper is a telepath who always knows where you are, he's already lined it up. And brother, I tried to get away, I did. Eventually, I did make my way. We make it back outside.
You should have shot him right there.
More. It's endless. The sky is turning red too for some unholy reason. Meyrus Dagon is invading clearly. We make our way to the treasure. We find Sully too. He's there. And together we find Roman. I would let that scene play, but I do not like that. They do not deserve it. I will commence the paraphrasing. Roman is all happy about finding the statue, and Navarro is like, yes, master. Go ahead and open it. And he gets hit with the fumes of the gods. He starts turning immediately. So Navarro shoots him. He knew about the effects of the statue, and I don't care. Why am I explaining him? Who gives a damn?
Nobody cares.
And I'm sitting here talking about Navarro. They load the statue to a child.
They somehow make him the main villain. Like, I remember I was so shell-shocked by it. Or not even shell-shocked, just like so taken aback by how they just switched the villain. I'm like, who the hell are you?
And then Elena, and then the treasure, and then Navarro, they all fly away. We begin the chase and leave Sully in the cave of monsters and soldiers and things of that nature, I guess. We cannot reach the helicopter, but we can hang on to the statue. And we end up flying at high speeds across the island, and they attempt to shoot Nathan off, but Elena was not secured properly.
Oh, well, there you go. Wow.
We land safely, main character. The others take the full force of that, and I don't admire it. So now it's here, the final battle for the treasure.
Yeah.
And this is one of the worst final fights I've ever seen in anything ever. Great heavens, it is abysmal. But to be fair, making a boss fight for this kind of game is tough. The combat in this game leans more on the realistic side of things. For example, you shoot a guy in the head, he's gone. How do you translate that into a boss fight? Because you don't want the sky to turn red, have a big crash, one of the main characters in critical condition. You do not want to do all of this stuff just for the player to run up and blitz the boss. But the way they do it in this game,
I don't know.
Navarro is there, but you don't actually fight him. You fight the fodder. You're forced into really small areas to shoot at his soldiers while he remains invincible. All Navarro does is shoot in a predictable pattern, so he's really not even there. But for the majority of the fight, you're shooting his soldiers, and then once you get done with all of them, he'll run away, and then you shoot at them again, and then he'll run away, and then you shoot at him again,
and they'll run away.
This part can be tough because of all the small areas and like the conglomeration.
It's not as tough as the sniper part.
Janky that you can use that to your advantage and lure the soldiers out, and then shoot at them in peace. Then when you finally make it to the end, no more soldiers, no more games. It is still odd. Look at this. How is Nathan alive? He's just doing anything now.
Wow.
Just making things up. And now we don't have a gun. So that's how they stop you from just shooting him in the head and ending the game. So now we have to jump from cover to cover because Navarro is an idiot who will keep shooting at crates until he runs out of ammo, allowing us to run up. And finally it ends.
Boom. 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 Like legit. 3.
There's still more. It's still going. I thought it was over. You know what? They can have it. I'm gonna let it go. We get Elena out of the helicopter, and then Navarro gets up again. Then he dies.
Yeah.
And we can finally rest. Sully then pulls up with a boat full of treasure. And Nathan says, "Thank you, Sullivan. Your benevolence is truly Uncharted." I'm gonna end the video there. Like it up if you want more and better Uncharted. I just remembered there's a movie. Why the hell was Tom Holland playing Nathan?
Why? It made no sense. Oh, I didn't even go near that movie. better question. Why the hell was Mark Wahlberg Sullivan? Or was that the case? I never saw the movie. I just remember, again, Mark Wahlberg would have been a better Nathan Drake than goddamn Tom Holland. Why the hell was Tom Holland? Oh, it just never made any sense to me. If anything, only Tom Holland could have played him while he was young. But no, the guy has to be like, it looked like he's in his 30s, not in his 20s, or not even his 20s, like he's 17 damn years old. Let's not kid ourselves. Tom Holland still looks like a little kid. But yeah, this game, I love the story, but my God, I'll never play it all the way again unless they remaster and they fix everything, or they remake it or something like that, because man, I can't tolerate that game. I can't. Like, again, the other games do everything so much better. And it is the worst game in the series, but by default, again, because the story is amazing. The story, and some of the action pieces are actually really good, but it has not aged well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And remember, please smash that like button if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and subscribe if you think I deserve it. And remember, sign up for my Patreon for all my latest reactions to my latest videos. And I'll see you all in the next episode.